Okay, hey, this is Paul, and I'm going to do a quick video explaining how we compare to the traditional boutique style listing houses, or what we call boutique houses. You have a couple different options when it comes to selling your home. One is list it with a full service agent, pay 3% commission, and they take care of the whole process for you and sell a home, and in the end you pay them 3% based on the sales price. One of the other options you have is to do a for sale by owner, which means just that. You are going to be basically doing everything, trying to sell your home, show the home, do some type of sign, whether you make your own, rent one, build one, whatever, but usually they're the little cheap quality type signs out there. You'll pay to get it listed in, say, Realtor.com. You can post it in, say, Craigslist. You can also go combination for sale by owner with a flat fee broker service where you basically pay them a small fee. Usually it's about at least $200-300, and it can go up. And what they do is they will take and put you in the actual MLS. So, and then you pay to rent a lockbox and that type of thing, or they'll give you just a little cheapy type lockbox, but it doesn't track anything. So those are, in a nutshell, kind of your basic options. So what we did is we decided to offer 100% full service. Now again, this is not the discount. This is not something where you're going to do anything. We're going to take care of the whole deal just like traditional brokerage houses do. But we are going to offer a cashback reward system. So for instance, on the selling side, this is how it normally works. Listing agent comes out and does a presentation. Now, I'll go into this briefly, but basically they're going to come in and they're going to razzle-dazzle you with fancy flyers, presentation binder, a whole little CMA, graphs, all kinds of stuff, because this is what they're taught to do to get the listing to justify the 3%. This is the whole business model that has been in existence for like the past 30 years, okay? So they will come in and do a presentation and hopefully get you to list their house or your house with them. And they'll negotiate a listing price, which is usually about 3% or listing commission. At that point, once you sign the contract, they will come out, put a sign out, they'll print flyers, they'll put you in the MLS, they'll come out, they'll take photos, some of them will do virtual tours, what else? They'll put you on Craigslist. They'll basically syndicate you across the whole web, which is kind of traditional. We used to do a lot of print advertising, magazines, real estate books, that type of thing. That's kind of gone by the wayside. Most people use the web nowadays. So with us, the way it works is we don't come in with a bunch of fancy brochures because it's all irrelevant. The bottom line is all that's for is to get you to list with them. They may tout their fancy websites, their search engines that they host on their own sites, all of this stuff that tells you the demographics and why your home is priced or should be priced where it is. But again, for lack of a better word, it's just a bunch of BS. It's just a show. I mean, it's literally just a show. So what really matters is that a competent, experienced agent has arrived at a price that your home should be sold at or listed at. Okay, we do that. Every agent should do that. If they don't, they shouldn't be in the business. So we do that. We will come in and do everything and more that other agents will do. We'll put a sign in the yard, high quality sign. We'll get it in the MLS. We'll take photographs, maximum amount. We actually use HDR photography with special wide angle lenses, so we get really, really nice photos. We will get it on Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, Craigslist, all the syndication that normally occurs. We do the same thing. We will also do a full virtual tour. Again, not every agent even does this for the traditional 3%. We do. Every house, full 100% color walkthrough virtual tour that's hosted, available. We have a QR code that goes on the sign so people with smartphones can actually drive by and see the house even if they're not able to get into it. So they can get information on your home at 24/7. We provide flyers. We update you weekly on the progress, the showings, that type of thing. Basically, we manage the whole selling process of your home. But the difference is, at closing, depending on the price of the home, and I'll use an example of a $300,000 home, a traditional agent is going to get $9,000 at 3% listing office commission. So that would be $9,000 that is going to go or come out of your equity to pay the agent for listing your home. With us, we, at closing, at that price point, we would rebate you, cashback rebate is what we call it, 70% of our commission. So that same $300,000 house They get $9,000 over here. With us, you get back $6,300. And again, this is assuming it's sold at $300,000 at a 3% listing commission. It would qualify for a 70% cashback reward, which is $6,300. Goes back to you, not the agent, to you. So what could you do with $6,300? And again, remember, this is not a discount service. This is not some, low service type of program. We do everything, and let me emphasize, everything and more than most agents today are doing on their traditional listings, and they're charging their clients 3%. So again, $6,300 back to you, or a $6,300 back to them for providing you a nice little show and fancy brochures just to get the listing. So I don't know about you, but this speaks a heck of a lot louder than the other stuff. So that is the listing program. Now, let me go over the buyer's program that we offer. If you're in the market to buy a home, most people, you can do your own deals. I used to do a lot of my own deals. I never used an agent. I'm just that type of guy. But most people want to use an agent or an attorney or someone to do the paperwork for them. Okay. But the difference today is we have the web. Tons of people out there find a lot of their own homes on their own. So when they kind of go, okay, I've got 4 or 5 homes I want to look at, they narrow those down. They look at virtual tours. They don't need to physically go see the homes to basically filter out probably 50, 60, 70% of the homes that they originally started with. So that used to be the job of the traditional buyer's agent. So nowadays, the buyers themselves are doing this job. So we thought, well, why not reward them? If our buyer's agents don't have to drive around and show them 15, 20, 30 homes and spend all this time and gas and wear and tear on their vehicle, then why not reward them? And in return, we should get a lot more business, which is the reality of it. So this is the way it works. $300,000 house, right? Same scenario. Let's just say they're getting a 3% selling office commission, which means the buyer's agent brings a buyer to the prospective homeowner. They do a deal, everyone agrees, it goes to escrow and closing. That buyer's agent gets $9,000 in their pocket for writing up a deal, basically, and maybe going to a inspection and sitting there while the inspector's going through the home. Okay. Other than driving around, the old school, they did a lot of driving around, so I fully believe they earn their money. In the reality of today's world, they don't do that. So they would get $9,000, right? With our program, our buyer's agent would rebate back to you up to 50% of the commission. In this scenario, you would get 50% back. So $4,500 of that $9,000 now goes to you, the home buyer, at closing, and now you get an extra $4,500 back to do whatever you want with. Spruce up the house, put some new carpet, build a new deck, take a vacation, buy a motorcycle, whatever you want. But the bottom line is you're going to get back $4,500 versus the buyer's agent getting all that money and just giving you a nice handshake saying thank you for your business, maybe giving you a calendar throughout the year or sending you a basket when you move in. That's about it. With us, $4,500, cold hard cash, just for using our agent. So that in a nutshell is our programs. Hopefully you'll see the benefit of that. If you're listing, you could get $6,300 back on a $300,000 deal. If you're buying, you could get $4,500 back as a buyer using our buyer's agency for your purchase. So again, thanks for watching. Watch some of our other videos on here. We service Washington, California, and Nevada. Give us a holler. We'll hook you up with an agent. Email us or call us. All right, thanks for watching.